Alright, welcome to Feeling Functional Foods. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Roseanne.
And today we are in our new home, which we are very excited about. We're going to be cooking wild salmon cakes. And they are mighty tasty. So we hope you enjoy them.
We're making wild salmon potato cakes. And these are our ingredients. We have a nice fillet of wild caught salmon. You want to run your finger along the center and make sure there's no bones. I already checked for that, so we're good. On this particular dish we use skinless because we're going to chop up the salmon into small diced pieces and incorporate all the ingredients together. We also have half a leek and sweet potatoes. One large sweet potato or 1.5 to 2 small sweet potatoes. These are already cleaned and prepped. We're using some cayenne, garlic powder, and organic sea salt, and we'll incorporate all of those together. First, we're going to start with getting our sweet potatoes ready because we're going to steam these first. So we're cutting our sweet potatoes into large chunks and getting them ready for the steamer. As you can see, I have the steamer pot and steamer basket all ready to go. You just want to cover the bottom of your pan with water, put it on the stove, get that nice and hot, and then just put these all into your basket. And that should only take several minutes. Like I said, I prefer either one large sweet potato or 1.5 small or medium-sized potatoes. We're going to use 1.5 for this dish tonight. While these are steaming, we're going to prep our salmon. We have our pound of salmon fillet cut in half. You're going to cube this up raw, make small dices. You can use kitchen shears if that's easier for you. You just want to get these into little bite-sized pieces so it'll incorporate easily with the steamed sweet potato. So you will need a large mixing bowl. I've already got the rest of the salmon cut up in here, ready to go. We're going to prepare our leeks and season the salmon and wait for the sweet potatoes. Alright, so now we're going to prepare our leeks. You just need half a leek for this dish. If you don't have leeks, feel free to use scallions or chives, a small shallot. If you don't want to use anything from the onion family, please feel free to incorporate some fresh dill or fresh parsley. Give it a little green. You can also do some diced up bell pepper. Give it a little crunch and texture as well. Now remember with leeks, they are dirty, so we're going to give these a little bath as soon as we're done chopping them. And again, you want these also a small fine dice because you don't want to have one big piece of leek in your salmon cake. So we'll get those. Put them in a water bath. And if you remember from the last time we used leeks, the leeks will float and the dirt will wash to the bottom of the bowl. You don't want dirt in your cake. No dirty cakes.
Plus it's organic dirt. It's got good nutrition.
So we just drain those off. Sprinkle those in. Give them a little shake. You don't want too much water in there. You're going to have enough moisture from the salmon and the steamed sweet potatoes, so just get those out. You can drain them in a towel if you prefer. Just use my hand, give it a little shake. Check our potatoes. I just turned them off. We had these boiling on a high heat, as you can imagine. Just give them a little poke. They all seem pretty good and ready. So we're going to transfer this into our bowl. And you want to give these a couple minutes to cool down before you handle them. Obviously, you don't want to burn your hand unless you prefer to mix these with a bowl or with a spoon or spatula. Again, I like to feel my food and incorporate it by hand.
And we're just puncturing them to make sure they're soft, to make sure they're done, right?
Yeah, I already checked them before I started incorporating them. So if the fork goes through them, then they're good to go. And these are all steamed perfectly, and as you can tell, it only took a few minutes. So here's all our ingredients together. We're going to season it up and then mix it by hand and form our cakes. Well, now our potatoes have cooled down, and also you can make the potatoes ahead of time, leave them in the fridge, and then when you're ready to incorporate them, you can put your salmon and your cakes and everything together. So whatever is most convenient for you. We chilled the potatoes in the fridge for a little bit just to make it easier because, like I said, I like to use my hands. You can use a spoon, but I find this is the easiest way to incorporate it. So we're going to add a tablespoon of garlic powder, about another, teaspoon of garlic powder. Teaspoon, you just added a teaspoon of garlic powder. We're going to add another teaspoon of organic sea salt. You can add more salt after you cook them if that's to your liking, and then about half a teaspoon of cayenne, a little bit more for us. And then I'm going to go ahead and start incorporating this. You want to give it a good squeeze so you get equal incorporation of salmon and potato, and then we'll form cakes. And it's got a nice colorful blend and consistency. Alright, so here is our mixture: potato leeks, sweet potato, salmon leeks and seasonings. Gets to a nice pasty consistency, and we're going to go ahead and heat up our coconut oil and form our cakes. Turning our pan on to medium-high. Again, we use stainless steel pans, and we're going to pour in our coconut oil. You want to give the whole pan a good coating because we are frying these and they will get a nice crust on each side of the cake. So wait till that gets on a good heat. Again, medium-high. And we'll go ahead and start forming our cakes. Our oil is ready to go and heated up. We are forming our salmon cakes now. It's about palm size, like hamburger style patty.
Burger size.
Burger size.
That's kind of a small burger, but
for Jeff, that's kind of small. It's a good size. Lay them in gently. Don't splash. Always put your food in away from you. I've had some coconut burns in the past, and that is not pleasant. It's good to start. I just like to pat them, make sure that they're even, so they cook evenly. You don't want one big section and one thin section, then you're going to have them varying temperatures and textures. So this one you can see is already, you turn it an opaque color, you see a slight crust under there, so that one looks pretty ready to go. So we're going to give that one a turn.
They've been on there maybe a minute and a half, then?
About a minute to a minute and a half, and you can see it gets a nice crust. It holds firm together. This is, again, the best spatula ever. This is a fish spatula. It's got a slight curve to it, so it gets under there, scrapes the bottom. You're not leaving a bunch of pieces stuck to your pan. So if you can get one of these, I highly recommend it. Go ahead and turn our other cake. I like to tilt the pan so it's not splatting in oil. Jeff's getting excited already.
Drooling a little bit.
And then about another minute to a minute and a half on the other side, and they should be done.
Thank you.
Alright, these look pretty ready to go, and I know Jeff is ready to eat, so we're going to go ahead and I give it just a slight shake in case there's, you know, some excess oil or something hanging on there, like that one.
Yep, and I like to add a little bit of my special mustard to that.
Little organic Dijon mustard. Oops, sorry about that. You can also serve this with a light green salad or sliced tomatoes, or you can do lettuce wrapped salmon cake burgers. Alright. These are our wild salmon potato cakes. We hope you guys enjoy them. Let us know how they go.
There's our end result. Salmon cakes. Wild salmon sweet potato cakes. Yum. The mustard I was talking about, this is certified organic, rich, creamy, wheat and gluten free. It is delicious. Showing the gold medal. And it's my favorite.